Hey, what is up you guys? Today we're going to be playing some more Identity 5. Today's an exciting day. We're playing a kind of an underdog recently, an underdog hunter, one that's, risen from the ashes and become something kind of crazy. If you are involved in any way, whether it be watching or like commentating, whatever, in the pro scene for IdentityV, you'll know that recently, I believe it's in the IJL tournament that happened recently. I don't know if it's over yet. I think it is. Nightmare, of all hunters, Nightmare won in IJL, managed to 4K. I'm pretty sure multiple times. And if you know anything about this game, a lot of people consider Nightmare to be not the greatest hunter in the game. Among multiple tier lists that I've looked at just recently, people generally have the consensus that he's around C tier. Some put him even lower. I'll talk about like how I feel about how the IDV community seems to be deciding whether things are meta or not later in the video, but I do want to quickly like go over something that I find very interesting. Yes, of course, we had the Persona Web update recently that definitely did buff a lot of hunters. But like, if you look at Nightmare's adjustment history and balance history, he hasn't had a proper buff since September of last year. So it's not like this character has gotten anything genuinely crazy substantial buff-wise. The pretty much only thing that's buffed him is Persona Web, which, granted, it buffed him quite a bit. But like, I mean, I've been on this train for a while. Nightmare is a good hunter. Nightmare is not bad in the slightest. And I don't think he's been bad. And I think people regarded him as a lot weaker than he actually is. But yeah, with that said, we're gonna play some Nightmare today. Haven't played him in a while, so I might be a little bit rusty. We'll see. If you end up liking this video, I would really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. I post 4 videos a week and a stream on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you do not want to miss it. With that all out of the way, let's welcome Nightmare to the top ropes and get into these matches. All right, here we are on Leo's memory. I had to fix some audio issues, so we are a little bit behind, but that's okay. As we get into this game, I wanna warn you, I am absolutely not one of those people who really gets into, oh my gosh, who really gets into like the, tournament stuff, super high level pro play. That's just kind of not my cup of tea. So as much as I do want to talk about how Nightmare is very interesting recently, I'm absolutely not a not the most reliable source for, everything, all sorts of things like tournament related and stuff like that. But again, wanted to talk about it because I just find it so interesting. Yeah, Nightmare, as I said, won IJL, won a tournament, got a 4K, managed to 4K in a tournament, which, with tournament standards, is, to my knowledge, kind of crazy. I would argue he's kind of regarded a little bit now as a potential meta pick. Also, I really don't know who to chase here. They're not making it very easy for me. I guess I just try and, if I keep chasing Grave, eventually his shovel will run out. So I'll be able to do something. I might honestly just blink for this. Seer is here. I need to watch out for that. Drops that, obviously. We're just gonna break this. Oh my gosh, it was really close. Before talking about, like, directly the things that I want to talk about, I did want to give that little forewarning to, maybe take the things that I, take my opinions with a bit of a grain of salt here. But I find it really interesting how characters in this game have been feeling like people decide whether something is meta or not based off of how, like, well it performs in pro settings, which is fair. But I think the tricky part about that is that people might take it to a bit of an extreme, in my opinion. Like, as I said, Nightmare is not necessarily, like, the most underpowered character in this game. He definitely has his strengths, and hasn't like had anything substantial other than the Persona Web updates that have turned him into this crazy good character. He's just always been pretty decent, but people only start regarding him as decent whenever he performs well in a tournament setting, which I find very weird in my opinion. But maybe I'm missing something, I'm not too sure. It was a good flywheel, but unfortunately the Terror Shock timing was too perfect there. I might honestly drop this. They're probably going to use an owl here, which is fine, because they get to save and I get to just share Composer here. Yeah, but Nightmare's not been a bad character. This is Nightmare's, in my opinion, of course I haven't been around as much, but in my opinion, this character has never been necessarily bad. But people only decided to start regarding him as potentially viable. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it's just weird, in my opinion. I feel like it's one of those things that makes me go, okay, so this, the way that this community kind of approaches deciding meta is a tad bit of a joke. Okay, taking a brief intermission to explain myself here, because I'm so bad at commentary. What I mean by the meta being a bit of a joke is simply that I feel like people only decide that a character is stronger when they're able to see the highest skilled players pilot that character. In this case, Nightmare. I personally think this is fine, whatever, but at the same time it's very unrealistic, because if you conceptualize the standard power level of a character based off of the absolute best players, you are setting an unfair expectation. Let's say, for example, that now since Nightmare won in tourney, people decide to place him higher in tier lists, higher than he reasonably should be. The people who just want to know who's good and who's bad unknowingly are against unfair expectations of these characters. They might pick Nightmare, who in this example is placed higher than he reasonably should be. They get disappointed because they don't immediately see the strengths and play perfectly, leading to them saying the game is super unbalanced when in reality, it's just the way the community decides to rank the character. All this to say, tier lists and meta picks are all jokes at this point. This game is meant to be played to have fun. Play who you want to play, regardless of if they're considered better or not. You might even be able to shock people by picking someone considered not meta and absolutely clearing.
To make a long story short, I put a whole bag of jelly.
Alright, we're gonna get Gravekeeper down here. We're in a very good spot right now. I might basement chair both of these people, honestly. I do know that Nightmare is regarded as a tie hunter, so that definitely changes how he should be considered. Not necessarily like how good he is, but like how to put him in a fair ranking, because you're not going to rank him proper, quote unquote. Why are you still down here? You're not going to rank him the same as you would rank, like, you know, Ivy or anyone more oriented towards getting 4Ks. You'd compare him more to tie hunters. I believe they're healing. I'm just gonna throw out that crow. But yeah, I just find it so weird. Congratulations though for getting some, like, I guess quote unquote validation. Nightmare finally gets some attention, you know? Yeah, they were right here. We're gonna go, pretty much my goal here is to just get everyone back down to half HP. I wonder if I could try and like sneak attack them. No, I was hoping they would be on the on it, ready to save, but not quite. But yeah, this dash ability, like, it's Nightmare's never been a bad character. That could be wrong though. He might have been really bad in the past, but like as of the last year at least, Nightmare's not a bad character. I know that they have this nearly ready. We also did already just secure our tie, which is exciting. They'll probably drop that, yeah, vault it back over, and then we hit them down. Lovely. They did have it ready, but that's okay. I'm assuming that'll just vault it and I can hit them there. Nice. Because of where I'm positioned, I'm gonna throw this over there because I can get to this door really easily. The likely way that the seer will try and leave is through dungeon, if I had to guess. But we shall see. Yeah, you're over there on dungeon. GG's. Alrighty, here we are in Chinatown for this next match. I feel like I explained myself horribly last match with the whole, like, meta talk, but that's okay. We overcome and we adapt, you know? I do want to say, I don't necessarily think it's... Oh, honey. I don't necessarily think it's, like, the worst thing that the IDV space can, like, choose what's meta and what's not this way, because obviously, like, hey, a character that's good is going to be able to be played well, right? That's no surprise, and especially by pro players, right? I'm just going to wait for this perfume to run out, honestly. Right? She only has one more perfume. Did that mainly so I can get on the fair lady, just so I know where she moves to. I might break this connection. Right? So that's her other perfume. Lovely. So she has no more perfumes, I believe. We're doing pretty good here. Yeah, I wanted to talk about like the whole meta stuff. Mainly just to let people know, hey, you don't necessarily always have to pick meta. If there's like a if there's a character that isn't necessarily regarded as a crazy good character by meta standards, at this point, just play them if you want to play them. You know what I mean? Ultimately, it doesn't really matter at this point whether or not someone is, you know, regarded as meta, because they can still perform insanely well in the right settings. So don't take meta seriously. Meta is literally a joke. It's a bad joke created by pro players. I'm just gonna let her loop this. Eventually these windows will break, so I'll be able to hit her down. Yeah, that window's broken. I also have confined, so we just down her very easy. They are triple decoders, so the Cypher Rush is a bit gnarly right now, but that's okay. I think I should try and find this prisoner. Lovely. We weren't quite ready for full presence, I don't think. Close. There's a little spot right there that I got caught on. I believe that's a bot right there. Mechanic spot. Perfumer is saving. It might be good to go for the Perfumer. I think here I'm just going to go over here to stop the decoding. Stop the decoding there. Alright, this is fine. Break this. They do save everyone, but that's okay. I want them to finish that cipher way over there, if I can get them to do that. Nice, we managed to hit her. Keep that on that cipher. I can see you, so I don't really know what you're doing here. Nice. Yeah, they are finishing that cipher. The reason why I want that one to be finished is because it's so far away. If they finished this middle one, I would have to worry about this crazy spread, and I'd have to worry about that one way over there. So I'm pretty much just gonna let them finish that one. I do see someone over here going in for a save. TP now. Lovely. Someone else is here. I'm assuming it's prisoner. Yeah. Lovely. Managed to get him down. All right, so we're in a better spot right now. We're going to do this and then send that back over there, pick up this mechanic, and chair her as quickly as possible. Hopefully they'll go back to this save. Yeah, they are. I kind of want you to save this. So I might, like, troll, pretend to break this. Lovely. Now I can pick up mechanic, do this properly. All right, so I'm going to teleport to you. Throw that over there. She vaults this. Vaults it again. Vaults it one more time for the soul vault, and I can down here now. They're running over there. I'm going to chair closer, so I'm going to run closer to here. I should be able to hopefully get one more. We'll see. Yeah, I will for sure be able to get another one. Nice. So I have a bird ready in 15. 10. So if they don't go for this, what I can do is I can just throw that over there. I think someone's probably around here, though. Someone's still nearby, for sure. There they are. We might be able to 4K this, actually. I don't know really what they're doing. They're kind of playing very silly. Nice. That was really good, actually. We can throw that over there. Lovely. So if Pharaoh jumps on that, we will know. And we have our teleport ready, so we can just teleport right over. But I don't believe she went over there. I think she might have crows. And I think I heard crows over here. No, she's right there. Yeah, it looks like we are going to be 4King this. Man, I thought she used her perfume. She hasn't used it at all. I do not have detention anymore, so she could potentially do something crazy here. We will have to see. Oh, nice flywheel. Lovely, though. GG's.
How old are you?
I'm 4 years old.
You are the youngest person ever. You are the youngest